Okay, here we go. We put seeds right there today. Planting all the seeds for the spring. Okay, so we got the shelf here. This is our seed growing shelf. We have a few LED lights already mounted. We had some really posh ones that we bought from a friend that grows weed, but they drew 0.3 kilowatt hours. They were LED, but they had big fans and they were really heavy duty, and I think they're just more than we needed. So we bought a couple more cheap ones here from Amazon, just 40 watt grow lights like those. I got a couple extras so I could double up if I think that the seeds aren't really gonna be getting enough light, but we're thinking we're gonna start with one. I bought some casters for this shelf because my wife is sort of indecisive about where we want the shelf, but the casters, which were the ones that were recommended on Amazon, are not the right size, so we're gonna have to get them returned. So, first thing we're gonna do is put the rest of the lights mounted, and then we're gonna get our seed mix out. We're gonna moisten a bunch of it in a bucket, get some water into it first, and then we're gonna start doing seeds. So let's get to it. Okay, that was really tedious, but these are all set up. I have one extra light there that I can use down at the bottom if I need more plants. My wife kind of wants to put her shoes down there, but I don't really have a good handle on how many plants I'm growing. So that is kind of our backup. So all the lights are done. They've got these sort of like connect to each other routines. So they're all connected on the far side over there. Then they're gonna run right down there to the power. Then I'm gonna route the power down there, around into this power strip, because there's painfully only one outlet in this whole area. That is one of the reasons why I got rid of the more high-powered lamps that were drawing 0.3 kilowatt hours. These are all really light. I have an app on my phone that tells me all the power draw, and these are fine, and I tested everything, and it should not blow the circuit. So now we're gonna get them all powered up. All right, well, that is very bright, but I think we're ready to go. Okay, so this is all our seed starter mix. I've never done this before, so I didn't know how much I was gonna need. I didn't know how much was gonna fill up a cell or 20 cells or anything like that. So I just kind of bought it whenever I was, when I ordered, when I got at Walmart, at the grocery store, and when I got at the hardware store just across the street. And I got some fertilizer, and I got some fish fertilizer that some guy on YouTube told me would be really useful. So we got that, and we're going over here. This is the winter garden area. We're growing all our basil. I tried to grow overwinter a pepper plant. That didn't really work. I mean, it grew great, but it didn't grow any peppers. But other than that, it's just all basils, Asian and sweet. Johnny's Asian and sweet. These are the pepper plants that are overwintering. Some of them have sprouted up. People on YouTube tell me that's totally acceptable. And here are our seeds that we've been collecting over the winter and last year. And this is what we're gonna be planting. There are our trays, so we're gonna bring those over as well. Hi. All right, so hi. Okay, these are our seeds. We haven't really figured out how much of what we're planting yet. Let's put that on the shelf. But we know we want some basils. I got these and I couldn't find all the basils I want. Some basil medleys. It does have some of the ones I want, purple dark and cinnamon and Thai, so I might use that. But after that, I got a bunch of good basils from the San Diego Seed Company. I got holy basil, 2 holy basils, probably gonna plant one of those. I got purple organic, so we're gonna do one of those. Purple opal, probably do one of those. I eat a lot of basil. I eat a good handful of basil with every meal at lunch, and then some stuff at dinner. This was a bonus one, we're not gonna use that. This also, oh yeah, these are some loofahs. My wife wants me to plant some loofahs. Next Level Gardening on YouTube. That guy planted the loofahs last year. It looked really fun, so we're gonna give that a shot. We got some bush beans. We got some of those in our CSA last year. They're really good. Mixed lettuce. That seems like it's fun. And then we got all the stuff I bought this year from Johnny's and Baker Creek. Went a little overboard. So what do we got? I got a lot of beans. These are Burr Arugula. Those look good. I'm not a giant bean fan, so I think those will be enough beans. I do like fennel, so we might plant some fennel. I am a huge pepper eater. Eat a lot of peppers. I grew last year, if you go over here, I grew a good 20 pepper plants that are overwintering. These are predominantly Serrano, Thai chili, and other hot varieties. So I got a good level of hot varieties of peppers. I eat about 4 hot peppers in my lunch every day, and I grew enough last year to get all the way through the winter. We still got a good supply. Those are the peppers. So I don't need to plant a lot of other hot ones, but I have gotten into banana peppers lately this year, so I'm gonna plant those. Gonna try a watermelon. Queen Thai, another basil variety. I like all my basil varieties. This is gonna go later in the year. This is the broccoli. I just harvested some broccoli this week and it worked great. So that's more of a fall winter crop. That's not gonna happen for now. I don't actually know when you plant spinach, so I gotta read that. Tomatoes, I'm going to be using the trellis and hook system of tomatoes. So I'm gonna plant a bunch of tomatoes this year. Salmon and marzano I'm gonna use for my sauce. This is a weird pepper that looked cool, might plant that. More basil, got a lot of basils. Carrots, I love planting carrots. Got a plan for them. Probably, maybe that. Definitely a big cucumber fan. I'm gonna plant some cucumbers, not sure about the types yet. I don't like kohlrabi and that's some bonus seeds. I have bad luck with peas all the time. Not sure what time of year I'm supposed to plant them, so I gotta read that and see if that. Cauliflower is kind of a lark. I don't know if this is gonna work. I haven't read through it yet. I just bought it, so we'll figure out that one. That may or may not happen. Definitely Roma tomatoes. I don't know what this is. This must have been, oh, it's peas. That's another peas. I do want to try peas, but I gotta research. Dark purple oval basil. That's the one for me, holy basil. We've got some muncher cucumbers. I got a room for probably about 12 cucumbers, so I don't know what's gonna go. That's more carrots. I want to try some multiple varieties. Don't need 2 munchers. Got enough of that. I think, oh, I remember now, I accidentally doubled my order on Baker Creek and ordered the same things twice. So a lot of these are duplicates, which is great because if something works great, I will have more for next year. But basically this stuff just keeps repeating itself. Same stuff. Banana peppers, Agwash Market. Yep, got that one. Cinnamon basil. I think I got a cinnamon basil. I got San Marzano. Got Buena Mulata. Extra purple Vienna free seed. What is that? Eggplant? I don't know what that is. Kohlrabi. Don't eat kohlrabi. Got my carrots. Doing spinach maybe. These are more of the same. Don't need any of that. Got my broccolis later in the winter. Basil. Then we got the Johnny's stuff over here. And some stuff I bought just locally. Hybrid hot peppers. Maybe. Certified organic hybrid shallots. Oh, I'm really bad at onions and they never work for me, so I don't know. Maybe we'll do that. Hybrid yellow onions, ditto. The onions I'm just not great at. Brussels sprouts are a winter brassica, so that's going in the fall. Slicing cucumbers, great. Radishes, TBD. Probably not right now. This Asian basil is mostly of what's over there. It's pretty good, but it's not my favorite basil. I have a lot of it growing, so I'm not gonna plant any more of that. Snow peas are for the winter. Did okay with the snow peas last year. And then some local stuff. I grew a lot of shishitos. Actually, there's some shishito plants over there. I love shishito peppers, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna need more. Spinach, let's check out the spinach. So spinach is in my growing region, March to April. So 2 inches in soil, directly outdoors. Okay, that's directly outdoors. We'll do that in the spring. Snow peas are later. Radishes, carrots. We are gonna read through all of these as well. and make sure that they are stuff that can be seeded versus direct sown later in the year. Sumter, got enough cucumbers, got enough basil, Brussels sprouts, hybrid sweet peppers. Yeah, I could use some sweet peppers. I'm really low. I had one pepper plant, and I don't know if it's going to survive the overwinter. Heirloom seed assortment. That could be fun. We'll investigate that. Yeah, Asian basil. I bought a lot more of it, but I have definitely got enough growing, so I think we're good on that. Crescitos from last year. Those went great, so I might actually do some more. Garden beans never really worked out for me. Munchers worked great, and that's it. So that's the seeds. I'm not going to necessarily do all of those. Those clearly aren't going to fit there. So next step, we got our soil. We got our bucket. We're going to dump a bag of soil in the bucket, and we're going to pre-moisten it. Everybody says that's really helpful here because it's a peat moss and it's hydrophobic, so you got to like break through the surface tension to get the water in there. And so we're going to start moistening our soil, and then we're going to fill all the trays until we have all that filled, and then we will get to the seed planting. So I'm going to do time lapse for that so I can listen to music, but that is what we're going to do next. Okay, looks like I can get about 10 of these, which would mean 10 times 12 is 120 times 6, like 700 some varieties, or 72 different varieties, 700 some plants or something like that. My math is bad, forgive me. But so now, yeah, I'm gonna fill these up with this dirt. You see it's pre-moistened, it takes a lot of water, but once you hold it, it clumps together, but it doesn't drip out. That's sort of the level we're going for. And we're just gonna put it in these one by one. Doing this inside kind of sucks because I'm trying to not make a mess, but I will vacuum it up if I need to. And then I'm gonna press it in like that, so it's got pretty firm, but not overly firm. So that's what we're going for there. So now we're gonna do 700 of these. Here we go. Okay, so that is about how far I got with one bag of my seed starter mix, which looks like it's gonna be about 1.5 trays. Looks like I'm gonna have 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 trays, which means I would need 8 of those small bags. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but 2 of these bags are huge. So I think I'm gonna probably came pretty close in estimating pretty much exactly the right amount of seed starter mix. So we're gonna keep plowing forward. I realized I should put the trays down here to cover what's dripping through. And I got some on my light, but we'll shop vac that when we're done. So let's continue. All right, so we're all done with putting the dirt in here. We got 10. I have more of these and I have more dirt, but I don't have any more of these bottom trays or my solar humidity domes. So I guess I'm gonna stop. So we have 10 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 12. I think I can get away with 120 pods. I don't even know where I'm gonna put this stuff. I might buy a couple more. I don't know, I'm planning next week. That's a possibility, 2 more. I can only fit 2 more. But yeah, so we're good. So we are going to turn to the seeds. Oh, before we do that, it turns out that 2 of my bags of seed starter mix were actually vermiculite. And so is that one. So I only had 4 bags, but these big bags worked great. And yeah, it worked out. I could probably fill 1 with my wet dirt here and the rest of this bag, maybe 2 more. So I think it's all about balanced. Pretty good, pretty good. So we're gonna start with the seeds now. I'm gonna do a bunch of research on which ones I'm gonna plant, make sure that they're 8 weeks out. We are 8 weeks out from our average frost date today. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna plant the seeds. I'll show you planting one, but then we'll go back to time lapse. Okay, we got everything figured out. We have all the stuff we're gonna plant. There's the peppers, there's the basils. We're really going for it with the basils. And then over here, we got the cucumbers, the lettuce, the gourds, the watermelons, the fennel, the spinach, the tomatoes, broccoli, onions, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower. I have this list over here from garden.org, one of those quality old school websites. Type in your zip code, gives you the planting type and date of everything. Tells you which ones you can direct sow, which ones you can plant in seeds. So there's a bunch of stuff I got over here that I have to direct sow in the spring, so we'll worry about that later. So we're gonna get all of these planted. We're gonna start, we're gonna do them right here. We're gonna do them one at a time. And I got my label maker because I don't want to handwrite all this shit because I can never read my handwriting. I'm sort of got to figure out what to do about the labels. It's going to be one per for now, but I had a whole problem last year with the labels. I only did one, and then I planted them in different pots. I had to make more, and they faded. The Sharpies faded. I got some non-fading Sharpies this year, so that might be a thing. But for right now, I'm going to use the label maker because I think that will just make my life a little bit easier for right now. So I guess we're going to get started. I said I was going to show you how to do one, so we'll figure that out. All right, I think we got this figured out. So we are going to start with this holy basil, Thai caprao. It's one of my favorites. It says maybe sown or started indoors. Last frost day, 6 weeks. So seedlings at any size and warm conditions keep flowers away. So no specific planting instructions. So I think we're doing what we normally do, which is you take your seeds and you sort of spread them across everything in one cell. We're going to do this cell here. No, we'll get closer. We'll do this one for you guys. So I probably should only do 1 or 2 per, but I will thin later. And I'm going to go like that. And I'm going to do 2 containers of this stuff because I only have 1 package and I really like it. It's my favorite basil. So I'm definitely half-assing this a little bit at this point. These seeds are really small. I'm not an expert, but I will put them in and cover them up just like you're supposed to do. And like that. Push it in, cover it up. Push it in, cover it up. I got a little bit more dirt here, so I can sprinkle some cover up on it. Now I'm going to label those, and I'm going to kick you into time lapse, and I'm going to do all of these. So here we go. Okay, pizza's here. We are about done. We got a bunch of the broccolis in, and we did 2 full trays of tomatoes. We're gonna label those broccolis. And then we got over here, we got cauliflower, shallots, onions, and Brussels sprouts left to do. We're gonna do this after dinner, so we'll see you in a bit. Okay, bye. All right, dinner is done. It's dark out now. We're doing this for this took about 4 hours. And we've got 2.5 trays left. So we're gonna plow through those, that one and those 2 up there. We're gonna add some cauliflower, some onions, and some Brussels sprouts. And then I think we're done. We're gonna check on our gardening sheet about the beans and the radishes and the peas, but I think all those are spring direct planting in 2 months. So we're gonna do time lapse, finish this up, and then we'll talk about humidity and temperature and water. Okay, here we go. Okay, we have everything planted. Nothing else that I can plant can be planted now. The loofahs weren't supposed to, but I did it anyway. All the beans have to wait. I just checked, all the peas have to wait. Carrots gotta wait. Kohlrabi I'm not gonna plant. So all this stuff, radishes have to wait. That is a bunch more basil. We're not going to do that. We did enough basil. And the peas. All that's got to wait. So we are good for now. I looked at my sheet from the gardening list of what that you can plant in seeds at this time in my zone, and cabbage is a thing, and parsley and sage. So I want to get some of those seeds. I don't have any. That's what we'll save this tray for, and maybe the 2 more trays down here that we can fit. But now, temperature in here is, you can see I got my little temperature. It's about 78, which is perfect. I had a space heater over there. You can see it right there. The garage is not heated. It was winter here in North Carolina, so it gets to be the 30s. And it was getting really hot in here. It was over 80 when I was doing this today. So now I've turned off that space heater. These lights I'm thinking are going to give some heat. I'm going to put the humidity domes on. I'm going to add some water in here on the sides and let them water from the bottom. And I saw one guy, Black Gumbo Gardening on YouTube. He sprayed with a water sprayer all his seeds. So I'm going to do that too. I've got fertilizer. I've got fish fertilizer, Alaska fish fertilizer, which me being a native Alaskan, I have a attachment to. Also, my mom used this stuff when I was a child to, it attracts hornets. And she's made hornet traps out of it because she was really allergic to hornets. So the smell of that stuff brings back some serious memories. So I've got that, and I've also got Joby's Organic Fast Start plant food. But I'm gonna rely on what's in the dirt already for this week. So I'm just gonna water, and I'm gonna put the trays on. Temperature's good. I turned the space heater off and it's nighttime. It was pretty warm today, it's about 47, but it's gonna get down below freezing. So tonight, before I go to bed, I'll come back in here, I'll check the temperature, and if it is going down, I will turn the space heater back on. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do next, and then I think we are done. Well, my time lapse of the watering did not work. But what I did was I watered into here, about 1 of my little watering cans into each one of them. And then I sprayed them all with that sprayer. Right as I was about to do that, I realized that I didn't have any more sprayers, that they all broke last spring or last summer. So no sprayers, but so I jerry-rigged one there from an old sprayer my wife had lying around. I don't know what was in it before, but I hope I flushed it out. So we're good. Here we are. Temperature still holding well above 70. Probably gonna be even hotter inside these humidity covers. The lights feel decently warm. I could lower them if I need to, but I don't think I'm gonna need to. So here we are, all done for this. I realize this space and the one down there, I'm gonna do some stuff a little bit later in this one, but we're good. So we will check in about a week or 2, hopefully 2 weeks. We will have some seeds growing. I did this last year, but I just half-assed it. I used outdoor container soil, and I did not use grow lights, and I messed up the watering. I did watering can on the top, so I was probably slashing the seeds around. But I still got a few that are very leggy, but I didn't know what leggy was last year, so didn't really matter. Hopefully this year we can get something better going on. If these all work, I'm a little bit screwed because I will have more than I possibly need. I'll probably give some away to the neighbors and stuff, but I'm assuming a lot of them aren't gonna work. And yeah, oh, and that is my label printer. That is the Brother P-Touch Cube, strongly recommended. Use it from your phone, you can see how that works on the video. But I really like it, and I'm happy with using the label maker on all these labels instead of my handwriting, which is atrocious. I can get a lot more information on each one of them. I can get the brand, I can get the specific variety. Last year it just said tomato, and it was not super helpful, so this will be a lot better. And the other thing I want to point out is so this Espoma seed starter smells the best. Definitely felt like the most nutrient rich, but it's definitely got the most wood and stuff in it. And this stuff, the black gold, I liked a lot. It was very, very fine, and it felt a lot more friendly to the seeds, but didn't feel quite as composty. So I don't know which is which, so I don't really know. I can't really necessarily compare, but that's just my initial impressions of those. So we're done.